So, children, let's begin our chapter with a recap. Elders often think fondly of good Portuguese days and their famous loaves of bread. The age-old furnaces still bake those breads. The thud and jingle of the baker's bamboo announcing his arrival can still be heard in some places. The children ran to meet and greet him. They longed for bread bangles and sweet bread of special make. We kids would be pushed aside with a mild rebuke, and the loaves would be delivered to the servant. But we would not give up. We would climb a bench or the parapet and peep into the basket somehow. I can still recall the typical fragrance of those loaves. The narrator is saying that when he was a kid, all the children they were pushed aside and they were scolded, and the loaves was delivered to the servant. But he says that they would not give up. They would climb a bench or a high platform and peep into the basket. He says he still remembers the smell of those loaves. I can still recall the typical fragrance means smell, of those loaves. Loaves for the elders and the bangles for the children. Then we did not even care to brush our teeth or wash our mouths properly. And why should we? Now, the narrator is saying that he still recalls the typical smell of those loaves, the loaves which were made for the elders and the bangle shaped bread for the children. He says, then we do not care to brush our teeth. We were so excited. Who would take the trouble of plucking the mango leaf for the toothbrush? And why was it necessary at all? The tiger never brushed his teeth. Hot tea could wash and clean up everything so nicely. So they were so excited for the bread bangles that they even do not bother to brush their teeth. And they say that tiger don't brush the teeth, and it is unnecessary to brush the teeth, and who take so much of trouble of plucking the mango leaf for the toothbrush. So they were not even bothered for brushing up, for cleaning their teeth, and they think that tiger never brushed the teeth and hot tea could wash and clean up their teeth very nicely. Now children, have a look on some difficult words. Parapet, railing. Bangles here refers to the bread in the shape of a bangle. Marriage gifts are meaningless without the sweet bread known as the bowl. Just as a party or a feast loses its charm without bread, not enough can be said to show how important a baker can be for a village. So, children, it shows how important the bread is in the Goan culture. Means marriage gifts are meaningless if they do not give bread in the gift, and party loses all its charm if bread is not there. So we can see how important is bread in for their culture. The lady of the house must prepare sandwiches on the occasion of her daughter's engagement. Cakes and bowling hers are a must for Christmas as well as other festivals. Thus, the presence of the baker's furnace in the village is absolutely essential. So, children, this shows how essential, how important is bread in the Goan culture, for the Goan culture. Its presence shows that it is very important from the engagement to the Christmas and other festivals. The presence of bread is very important, and it shows that a baker is very important in Goa, because without bread without sandwiches on the occasion of engagement, without cakes and other sweet dishes made from bread. The occasions, the festivals, the celebrations are meaningless, they are incomplete in Goa. Again, children, let's see some important words. Feast, a large meal, typically a celebratory one. Bowling house, another name for coconut cookies. The baker or bread seller of those days had a peculiar means strange, dress known as the kabai. It was a single piece long frock reaching down to the knees. In our childhood, we saw bakers wearing a shirt and trousers which were shorter than full length ones and longer than half pants. So here the dress of baker is being described. In old days, the baker or bread seller had peculiar dress. It was called the kabai. It was a single piece frock reaching down to the knees. Even today, anyone who wears a shirt and trousers shorter than full lengths, then he is said to be dressed like a pedder or like a baker. The baker usually collected his bills at the end of the month. Monthly accounts used to be recorded on some wall in pencil. Baking was indeed a profitable profession in the olden days. So, the baker used to collect his bills at the end of the month and he used to record his accounts on some wall in pencil, and it was a profitable profession in old days. The baker and his family never starved. He, his family, and his servants always looked happy and prosperous. Their plump physique was an open testimony to this. So, the baker and his family, they are very prosperous. They are fat and they are always happy. They never starved. They have enough to eat. Their plump size shows that how happy and prosperous they are. It was a profitable job because Portuguese were lovers of fresh baked loaves. Even today, any person with a jackfruit like physical appearance is easily compared to a baker. So, even today, a fat person gets the comment of a baker. He is considered as a baker. Here, physical appearance fat is compared to a jackfruit, which is a vegetable. Now, few words meaning: plump physique, pleasantly fat body, open testimony, public statement about a character or quality. Now, children, let's see some important question answers. These questions are very important from point of view of your board exams. Where were the monthly accounts of the baker recorded? Answer: on a wall in the house with a pencil. What does a jackfruit appearance mean? Answer: it means having a plump physique like a jackfruit. What is a kabai? It is a single piece frock. Next question: what did the children long for? Answer: the children longed for